Hello everyone, my name is Oluwadare and I was the best qualifying candidate in ICAN Prize 2022. I won 5 prizes in all during my time. So I'll be sharing with you my study approach through my ICAN journey. I started my ICAN in 2018 via the 8 years route, and up until professional level, I didn't go for any tutorial, so I studied on my own from ETS 1 to 8 years to skills level. I studied on my own, and to the glory of God, I had a smooth sail. Like, I made all my papers in one thing. So I believe you'll be able to learn 1 or 2 things from my study approach so far. So the first thing I did is I start reading early. The moment I realize I'm going to have to sit for this diet, I start reading early. I don't wait till the exam is closed before I start going around looking for material. So I start reading early. I start very early, like 3 months, 4 months. I start reading early. I make sure I get study packs on time. I've always been keen on getting study packs. I mean the hard copy, and that's because I do better with hard copies than PDFs. No, I just slip off on PDF. So I start early, get my study materials on time, and start reading. Okay, I also ensure I cover the packs. You remember I said I start early. So one of the goals of me starting early is to afford me enough time to be able to cover the packs on time, because I know I will not be doing tutorials. So I try to get the study packs very early so I can start preparing. I can start reading on my own for the exams. So I cover the entire packs just so I can at least be familiar with things that I may not necessarily be able to remember easily. You know, the study pack can be quite voluminous, and if you are not careful as you are reading, it's so easy to lose a lot of things. So I make sure that I have this habit that I make sure I cover the entire study packs, even if some things are not sinking in. I know that the fact that I've seen it before, if I see something across in the examination hall, I'll be able to articulate my thoughts and put something down in that line rather than leaving my script blank. So I try to cover every page on the study pack. I always finish my study packs before the exam. I don't like to permutate and say that this particular chapter or topic will not come out. I just leave it. No, I don't do that. I make sure I cover everything, because if I am confident in the fact that I've covered all the chapters in the study pack, it kind of it gives me this confidence and this calmness even in the examination, or that whatever it is that I'm bringing out, I have an idea of it. Unlike if I have not read a particular chapter and I'm so anxious and scared that topic is going to come out. So I try my best to cover the packs. And I write notes. I write notes a lot, because for me, I don't know about others, but for me, writing notes aids my own memory. Once I learn this thing, I try to always put it down. So if you see my notes are very well populated. I always write my notes like I write school notes. So any course I am taking, I make sure I write my notes down, because it helps me. And then the last one is I like to go over my notes. If I don't have notes, I'll not be able to go over my notes. So like I said, I keep my notes like I would do with my normal school notes. So I like to go over the notes over and over again. For instance, I could say I want to revise all the notes I have written so far, and I would not go to a new chapter until I am done revising all those notes. So look at it now. By the time I'll be done with the entire study pack, I would have revised some topics over and over again to the point that I am able to reproduce them without difficulty. So let me quickly run to my study approach. They are not much, but if there are things you can easily inculcate, and I believe they'll produce effective results for you. I start early. I start reading early. I ensure I cover the study packs. I cover them, and then I keep notes. I write my notes. I keep very detailed notes. If you see my notes, you would think, you would think I was probably a teacher, a tutor. I like to keep notes, detailed notes, and I like to go over my notes over and over again. Yes, thank you for having me.